And so, I'm looking for creativity, ideas, and questions as well. I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions, but at the same time too, remember that I've been asking myself these questions, but I've also been trying to answer my own questions. And that is the power we all have individually, right? So sometimes it helps for me, like before I ask a question to somebody else, I ask it to myself, well, how would I solve this problem? And that's not to say I'll always have the answer, but start with yourself and then get creative. So, that's how I've come up with this idea of this community and stuff, is I've been like, oh man, like, how could this community work? Oh, and so I kind of play this like picture in my head, I run the scenario, and then I go, remember, it's only based on my own value system, so it's still limited, but I am trying to address my own questions. And so to actually start the physical community, we're going to have to like raise money, funds, whatever. And I don't think that's also a limit. A lot of people think, well, where are we going to get this money and blah, blah, blah. The things I'm willing to do to make this work are, I will go extreme. So run to end. I will do that if I have to. But so I had this crazy idea that I would run across Canada to raise money for this cause. It would be an epic campaign. So there's things like Kickstarter and Indiegogo crowdfunding. Also just blasting out through social networks and stuff. I'm also involved a little bit in sales right now, learning this technique of, not going door to door, but going through, so right now I sell these rainbow systems, and it's also an amazing thing, but at the same time the price is really high, but at the same time I feel like everybody should have this. So it's like this terrible dilemma that I'm in where I'm like, I want you to have this, but I don't want you to pay this price. But you got to. So anyways, so what I was getting at was, yes, raising money, spreading social awareness, and I feel like if I can devote myself to this cause enough, I can just prove to people how dedicated I am. So I will literally run across the country barefoot. I actually, in the last 2 years, I've lost over 130 pounds. That's also a sense of my dedication to a cause, right? So I've been through this kind of transformation, not just physically, like externally, but also internally as well. And this last summer, I've been doing some jogging and stuff, and I'm feeling like, I was jogging like 10K every day, and going from here to Parliament all the time, and like doing the whole like Rocky thing up the stairs. Yeah. And then I just thought to myself, like, if I just took the distance that I ran every day, but put it in a straight line, like how far could I go? And so I thought, man, I could totally Terry Fox that. And like, he had like one leg, so dude, I got 2 legs. I could totally do that. So I would totally do that. There's also plenty of other ways that we can raise money. That's just one crazy idea that I have. And so there's no shortage, like I said, the whole people, like imagine talking to people about this and saying like, look, do you believe in this cause? Do you think it's worth paying $1 a month for? And then if you get enough of those people, and that pool, that money never actually gets spent. Like I said, it goes into the bank of the social network, and then collectively we agree on where this money goes and what we use it for, because we want to be smart and efficient with our money, right? Because money is right now a limited resource, and we want to make the best of it. And so we want to make sure that when we're spending this money, that it's being spent wisely to support our ultimate goal of building this community so that we can live and prosper. Right? Vulcan, yep. Live long and prosper. All right, and that's...
It's like in the great stories, Mr. Fergal. The ones that really mattered. Full of darkness and danger they were. And sometimes you didn't want to know the end. Because how could the end be happy? How could the world go back to the way it was when so much bad happened? But in the end, it's only a passing thing. This shadow, even darkness must pass. A new day will come. And when the sun shines, it will shine out the clearer. Those were the stories that stayed with you, that meant something, even if you were too small to understand why. think, Mr. Furrow, I do understand. I know now. Folk in those stories had lots of chances of turning back, only they didn't. They kept going. Because they were holding on to something. What are we holding on to, Sam? There's some good in this world, Mr. Furrow. And it's worth fighting.
And there is something worth fighting for. Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, awesome presentation.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Thank you.
Have you heard TED Talks?
TED Talks.
Yeah.
Yes, I watch
Yeah.
some things like religiously.
Yeah. When are you going to wonder?
One day when I
Yeah.
work on the spiel and keep it under 20 minutes, I'll get to that point. So I'm a little bit disorganized at the moment, but with time I will get better at these presentations. And who knows, one day be on a TED Talk. One day maybe talk to celebrities or more prominent people. Lately there's like Russell Brand is being quite out there about saying why are we not addressing the major issues of today, and so and that's another source of money too, there's these people that they want to change the world but they don't know how, and all they have is pools of money, so they throw it to a charity and throw it to this. If we can show that we are a legitimate charity in a sense, but a charity that's going to be sustainable and doesn't require them to continuously donate, if anything, we are the best charity out there, that this idea can happen, and that I'm not proposing that we feed, once again, cliche, give a man a fish or teach a man to fish. That's what we're trying to do, is we're not just feeding people anymore. We're trying to create these communities so that we all become self-sustainable. I've always thought that, why are these billions of dollars going to, the Christian fund and stuff to save Africa, and yet they're still in that same position that they are. I'm like, give them sustainability, and the technology's there. We have hydroponics, we have ways of desalinization of water. We can create clean water, clean food, clean air anywhere around the world. It's only a matter of resources, and even that, it's a limitation of money, because do these nations have the money to buy the resources? But the resources are there.